Hello everybody and welcome. Fun day of football ahead. 2 games in Group F as Hungary take on Portugal, and then Germany and France lock horns in Group F. A lot of interest in this match. For Hungary, we know, obviously, the format of the group, that third is good enough, but Hungary with 3 teams that are considered heavy hitters will find it difficult. They'll just have to try and pick up points where they can. And this is one of 3 opportunities they have against Portugal. So let's have a look at the teams. Starting with Hungary, and in goal it is Peter Gulacsi. There is a back 3 of Botka, Orban and Solowy. Nagy, just playing behind Lovrencic, Kleinheisler, Schafer and Fiola in midfield. There's a front 2 of Solowy and Salai. As for Portugal, they're playing a 4-3-3 with Rui Patricio in goal. There's a back 4 of Nelson Semedo, Ruben Dias, Pep and Guerreiro. In midfield, Danilo, Carvalho and Fernandes, and a front 3 of Ronaldo, Jota and Bernardo Silva. Kickoff is in an hour's time. Well, in 2016, these 2 teams were drawn together in Group F as well. And I think it was Portugal's weaker squad even compared to now in that group. But Portugal won the overall competition. They had a 3-3 draw against Hungary. That was just enough to sneak through in the third. They didn't win a single game in their group stage. But it doesn't really matter how you win it, it's that you win it. In Lycien Charpoux, that game. I think Hungary might take another 3-3. Most notable thing of that game was that sickly green Portuguese kit. Hopefully not wearing that again. But with Hungary in red, I think it will be the change strip for Portugal. It's a nice white number though. And of course, this is our first chance to see Cristiano Ronaldo. We had our first chance to see Lionel Messi at Copa America yesterday. As Argentina came against Chile. And it was a lovely free kick from Messi as well to give Argentina the lead, although Chile then equalised. No Copa America games today, by the way, but there are games in Asian World Cup qualifiers. Earlier, Japan beat Kyrgyzstan 5-1. They had already qualified for the next round in that long qualification process. And Tajikistan beat Myanmar 4-0. And they'll have to wait and see results elsewhere if they progress. Kyrgyzstan coming third, so they're out. Mongolia in fourth, and Myanmar in fifth. Say hello, by the way, if you are watching. If you have any questions, comments, or opinions for me to answer about the happenings in the world of football today. So yeah, definitely say hello. But we'll be live for this game and Hungary and Portugal, and then later France and Germany, and we'll keep you update on those Asian qualifiers as well, just in case you're interested. But definitely be happy to hear from any viewers. Kickoff's in about 53 minutes, and we'll start with having a look at that Hungary team, who does have their work cut out for them, but they are certainly a side that you can't sniff at, I think. Remember the format of the group, the way Portugal won by drawing their 3 group games. If they get a win in one of their games, pick up points here and there, which certainly isn't out of the question, they can go forward, and they have some good players, starting really at the back with their goalie, Peter Gulacsi, who plays for RB Leipzig in the German league. And he's certainly one of their most important talents. A player that can be the difference between a win and a loss, and we've seen impressive performances by goalkeepers already, whether it was Lukasz Radecki in Finland's game or just yesterday Robin Olsen. Hungarian football certainly nowhere near its peak of the 1950s and the magical Magyars. Hasn't qualified for the FIFA World Cup since 1986, and well, in the first 2 times it qualified for the Euros was back when it had 4 teams in 64 and 72, but then after that didn't qualify again until the second time, until the time they expanded to 24 teams in Euro 2016, which we spoke about earlier. I was just thinking that it wouldn't surprise me if Hungary did get through this group. As we slowly approach kickoff, they have the home advantage in this game, and loud, noisy fans at full stadium, which will be nice to see, even if the circumstances of it leave a bit of a bad taste in the mouth. So yeah, I suppose I will run through the Asian qualifiers. So I spoke about that group with Japan, Group F, and Japan through then with a flawless 8-win record. 8 wins, no draws, no losses, 46 goals scored, 2 goals against. One of them goals coming today from Kyrgyzstan. Onaiwu scoring a penalty and then getting a first half hat-trick within 6 minutes in Suita. Well, Muzayev scored a penalty on the stroke of half-time, but it didn't matter. Further goals from Sasaki and Takuma Asano making it 5-1. Tajikistan confirmed second place with a 4-0 win over Myanmar. Goals from Suranov in the first half were joined by Zhalilov, Bobayev and Sharon. The game being played now is in Group E, India taking on Afghanistan. It's currently 0-0. Neither of them can qualify for the World Cup anyway, though. And the Philippines are taking on Maldives in that interesting Group A. Unfortunately, Philippines also unable to qualify for the World Cup, as are the Maldives. But later to come. First at 5, we have already qualified Australia taking on Jordan in a game. Well, Australia are already through to the next round. Jordan will want as many points as they can as they look for second place. And then at half 5, we have 2 games from Group C. Bahrain will play Hong Kong, and Bahrain certainly need an absolute miracle to go through. And Hong Kong are already out. And then that more interesting game between IR Iran, who are in second, and Iraq, who are in first in the final game of the group. Iran need a win to pip Iraq to first. In Group G at 5:45, we have Thailand versus Malaysia. Both of those teams are already out, but then also the United Arab Emirates, who are in second, versus Vietnam, who are in first. Vietnam know that all they need is a draw to guarantee them a path forward. At 10 minutes past 5, we have Bangladesh versus Oman. Bangladesh already out. Oman know they'll come second, but they want to ensure they can get enough points to qualify. And then in Group A at 7, China PR take on Syria. Syria already qualified. China PR just looking for enough points to go through as second place. And also at the same time, Palestine versus Yemen, although both teams are already out. And also Saudi Arabia versus Uzbekistan, another one of them first versus second clashes. And then at 8, Chinese Taipei will take on Kuwait, but both those teams are already out as well. They're doing an interesting interview on TV about the Welsh team, who Portugal beat in the semi-final. Remember, they were complete down and outs for years, but had a pretty rapid rise. Emergence of some good talents. Portugal themselves having quite a rapid rise as well. It's interesting situation, no doubt. Football teams going up and down, but it's good to see smaller nations develop and do well at competitions, not your same old punch. Ben Wilson just talking about the importance of the game against Turkey. Of course, Wales managing to grab a draw in their Group A fixture against Switzerland. Turkey with a loss against Italy, so it really opens the group wide open. I think Italy will win it, but every other place you can imagine is up for grabs. Well, tomorrow we have Finland versus Russia from Group B before Turkey play Wales and Italy play Switzerland. There is some good news that Christian Eriksen seems to be improving by the day. So tomorrow, Copa America. Sorry, not tomorrow, the day after Copa America will resume, and that is a very interesting format, a weird, controversial way of doing things. Just a score update: the Philippines are now 1-0 up against Maldives. The goal from Guirado in that game, although Philippines and Maldives, neither could qualify. It's an interesting one, Group F, isn't it? In all the other groups, there is sort of a clear big team. In Group A, it's Italy. In Group B, it's Belgium. In Group C, the Netherlands. In Group D, England. And in Group E, Spain. But in Group F, there's three: Germany, France, and Portugal. And in every group, it seems that a statement has been made. Remember, this tournament started on Friday, and in that game, Italy beat Turkey 3-0 in Rome. And then Wales drew 1-1 with Switzerland, and it shows that the other three teams really not within the same class of Italy. In Group B, Denmark 0, Finland 1. Obviously, a game marred by what happened to Mr. Eriksson, but also Denmark, even in the first half, not really showing the right quality. And Finland getting a very famous win. Belgium easily sweeping aside Russia 3-0. And they again showing that they're a cut above everyone else in the group, really. England got their Euro campaign off to a good start against Croatia. And I suppose England, it wasn't a brilliant performance, but that says something in its own right, because they pretty easily beat the Croatians, despite a subpar performance. And if they can improve, it's certainly a good sign for them. Group C got underway as Austria pretty easily beat North Macedonia, another game that was marred by racist language from Austrian striker Marko Arnautovic. The Netherlands overcame eventually a spirited Ukraine to win 3-2 in their game, and another one where the Dutch didn't really set a marker, unlike the English and unlike the Italians and Belgians. A pretty slow performance, and even though they got the win, they can't be delighted with that one. Monday, Scotland came up against the Czech Republic in Group D's game, and the Czechs winning pretty easily. Pretty awful performance from Scotland. Group E, Slovakia beating 10-man Poland. Poland flattering to deceive at a major tournament yet again. Their star man Lewandowski was dealt with effectively by the Slovakian defence. And when Krychowiak got a red card, it was all over. Spain 0, Sweden 0. Spain having 85% of the ball, but not converting it into anything. In fact, Sweden having the best chances of the game. Well, today is Tuesday, and there's finally Group F action to come. The group everyone was talking about before the tournament. The group of death, apparently. Well, we'll see about that. All three teams can advance. Three big teams, but it's not guaranteed, and we'll see how it does. We'll stay live, by the way, for the France-Germany game. Another score update from the World Cup qualifier, even though it's a bit of dead rubber. Basia has now equalised for the Maldives, so it's Philippines 1, Maldives 1. And we'll keep you updated on those. As I said, should talk you through the group. So Syria, so in this system, the top team qualifies, as well as the best second place team. The four best second place teams, although if Qatar also qualify, which they have done, it's actually going to be the fifth placed team. So the five best runners up and the group winners basically will be the teams that advance. So 7 group winners, because Qatar doesn't count, and 5 runners up, so 12 teams in all. In Group A, Syria have already qualified, and China PR are guaranteed to come second. They play each other later today in where are they playing? In Sharjah, the United Arab Emirates, and China with 16 points, although games against the bottom place team, in this case Guam, don't count, so really it's 10 points, which we see if they can get enough. So really for China, it's just about getting as many points as possible to try and ascertain their position in the next round. In Group B, Australia are already top. Jordan are second and Kuwait are third. Now, Kuwait can get past Jordan to come second if they beat Chinese Taipei and Jordan lose to Australia. However, even if that does happen, Kuwait won't have enough points to qualify. Jordan, for their part, they'll need a result against Australia. They want to come second at least, because they're currently just on 8 points. Really, they need a win today against Australia, which is unlikely, but we'll see. In Group C, it's a 3-way thing. Iraq on 17 points play IR Iran, who are second on 15. They just need a draw to go through. We have an interview with Harry Kane.
So just took one on the kind of in the ribs, but I'm all good. I'm all ready to go.
You've had 48 hours to reflect on the Croatia game. What's been the message from the manager?
Yeah, no, I think there was a lot of positives to take. I think Croatia are a very good side, good experienced side. I thought we managed the game well. I thought we moved it well. There were spells. Obviously, Croatia had the ball, but in all, we controlled the game pretty good. So obviously, focus is now onto the Scotland game. It's always nice to win, but obviously in tournaments you have to go on to the next one, and that's what we're focused on now.
What did you make of Scotland's performance, beaten by the Czech Republic?
Yeah, to be honest, I thought Scotland played quite well. They had a few chances. Obviously, their keeper, the Czech keeper, made some great saves, and obviously they scored one from 50 yards, which kind of changed the game a little bit. Probably the goal of the tournament. That'd be a hard one to beat.
You're being kind because you've done the same.
Yeah, every now and then I'll look for that one. Obviously, the keepers nowadays like to kind of play as sweepers almost, waiting for that ball in behind. So if there's a quick ricochet or a quick opening, I like to try and look for that one, but yeah, you never know. We might get another one this tournament.
Only once before has this fixture happened in a tournament. You're in '96. Are you a believer in looking back for inspiration?
Well, I think that's such a good game in the history of English football. Obviously, Gaz's goal was one of the greatest goals I think an Englishman's ever scored in a European competition. So yeah, there's obviously nice memories to take from that. But obviously for us, we just need to focus on this one. We're expecting a tough game against a good side, so that's all we can do.
Raheem Sterling says he's never felt the competition for places to be so intense in the attacking areas. Do you feel that way?
Absolutely, yeah. You can see it day in, day out in the training. Everyone just wants to play, and that's a great thing.
But you're undroppable, aren't you? You're the first name on the team sheet.
Well, you'll have to ask Gareth that, but I never look at it that way. we've got great competition for places. And for me, it's just about training the way I train every day. Try and be the best, try and improve every day. And when I play, try and give my best to the team.
Have you had any contact with Christian Eriksen?
So I texted him, but I haven't got a response yet. Obviously, I think he's going under some tests. My wife managed to speak to his wife, and she said obviously they're doing okay. They're just going through the checks. Obviously, it was a scary time for him and his family as well. It was dreadful to watch. Sometimes, obviously, we take things for granted, and we take football for granted, and then life for granted, and that is a reminder that things can be taken away so quickly. And like we said, it was a dreadful thing to watch and experience. But for us, it's just about enjoying this experience, enjoying this tournament, going out there with no fear. And obviously, we want to win. We're all winners. We're all passionate to win. But just express yourself and enjoy the occasion because they don't come around too often.
Absolutely well said there, Harry. I mean, it is a reminder to us.
So yeah, that was Harry Kane talking about his game against Scotland. Of course, the England camp changed today with Dean Henderson dropping out due to some sort of injury and being replaced by one Aaron Ramsdale. Now, I'll go back to what I was saying about the World Cup qualifiers. It's on Group C. So yeah, Iraq play IR Iran in their final game. IR Iran 2 points behind Iraq. Iraq are on 17 points, Iran on 15. Iraq will want just a draw to confirm that they come first. Technically, Bahrain on 12 points are still in it if Iran lose and Bahrain beats Hong Kong. However, they would need to overcome a 22-point goal differential, as well as make sure they get enough points to be one of the 5 best teams, but it isn't completely technically out. In Group D, Saudi Arabia are on 17 points and Uzbekistan are on 15 points. They play each other, so Uzbekistan need a win to come top, otherwise Saudi Arabia will. In Group E, Qatar are already first. They won't go to the next round because they are automatically qualified as World Cup hosts. In second is Oman. They're on 15 points, and they later play Bangladesh as they try to tot up as many points as they can. Group F is now finished. Japan have 24 points. Tajikistan on 13, which is actually 10 because the points they end against the bottom side, Myanmar, do not count. And they'll see how that affects them for the rest of the tournament. In Group G, Vietnam and the United Arab Emirates are first and second. They play each other. Vietnam on 17 points. United Arab Emirates on 15 points. So again, the UAE will need a win. Vietnam just a draw to come top. In Group H, it's the other one that's finished. The Korea Republic top with 16 points, Lebanon second with 10 points, and they'll be eagerly watching results elsewhere. So that's where we are. It's also been a goal update, by the way. India 1, Afghanistan 0, and an Azizi own goal, but both those teams are out. Good to see how Indian football has advanced mind. It's a country where there's a lot of interest in the sport, but they're more interested in European football, unfortunately, than the domestic game. Given the state of the domestic game, I suppose it can't be lamented too much. Now, perhaps it'd be a bit remiss of me to talk about Asian qualifiers instead of their game we're actually focusing on, which is Hungary versus Portugal. That's in 25 minutes' time. But not too much news on that. We had the teams earlier and they are printed on the graphic.
Against Scotland on Friday. It's important not to sulk, was what Steve Clark emphasised after that match. As Scotland's opening day party club, Stuart the former race the Scottish jet 25 years ago to Euro 96, and he's been looking back and apart the run.
Well, my TV coverage has been pretty much obsessed with everything but the game coming up, which I do kind of sympathise. They've tried to fit it all into an hour. They've talked about Wales, they've talked about England, and now they're talking about Scotland. This game is being played in Budapest in about 20 minutes' time. Obviously, no Dominic Szoboszlai, but with a full stadium, 60,000. And Cristiano Ronaldo breaking a European record of playing at a major tournament. He's played his 39th game. Though if you count the Nations League finals, which I think you should, it's his 41st. And the Confederations Cup, it'll be a few more. I reckon 45 or so. Well, I think they're major tournaments, they're official, but anyway, in just Euros and World Cups, he's overtaken Bastian Schweinsteiger of Germany, a great player in his time, wasn't he? Not quite at Ronaldo's level. It's his 5th European Championship. Euro 2004, Euro 2008, Euro 2012, Euro 2016 and Euro 2020. And if he wants to become the all-time top goal scorer, he can do that today. Platini on 9 goals, Ronaldo also on 9 goals if he wants it to be just him. Just needs the one today. Afghanistan have equalised in that dead rubber. It's Zamani that made it 1-1 against India away. Any questions? I'll be happy to answer. Let's just have one more look at that Hungary lineup, and I do want to talk about Hungary and not just Portugal. So Hungary in goal, Gulacsi, Botka, Orban and Soloi for back three. Naj, Lovrencic, Kleinheisler, Schafer and Fiola a midfield five. Naj just as that anchorman. And a front two of Shalai and Salai. That's what Portugal will have to deal with, and it is Portugal a strong 11, not just one man. In goal, Rui Patricio, a back four of Semedo, Diaz, Pep and Guerreiro, a midfield three of Danilo, Carvalho and Fernandes, a front three of Ronaldo, Jota and Silva. Cristiano Ronaldo today is making his 176th cap for Portugal. Number that's mind-blowing. There are some other Centurions. Pep, who's starting for his 116th game. And on the bench, Moutinho, if he comes on, he'll be making his 132nd appearance. Also, Rui Patricio in goal. If Portugal get to the final, he's making his 94th cap today. If Portugal get to the final and he plays in every game, he will get his 100th cap. The most capped player in the Hungary squad is Captain Shalai, who's making his 72nd appearance. Although he will have... That makes him exactly 2/3 of the way to beating Gabor Kirali and Balázs Zsuzsak, who got 108 caps apiece in their long careers. He's also the player with the most goals with 23, which again is a long way from the 84 set by Ferenc Puskás, who has who has the stadium named after him in his honour. You get no prizes for guessing who the top scoring Portuguese player is. Although, you will get a prize if you say, well, you won't actually get a prize, but in the metaphor, if you guess who the second top goal scorer is. Ronaldo's got 104. This man has 47. Any ideas? It is, of course, Auleta.
Most of the first of its 4 games in 2020 is Hungary entertained Cristiano Ronaldo and the match is half as good as that one draw between the sides of 2016 going Rio Street. Let's just have a quick look at both of the teams. Let's start with Portugal. With Santo, but in goal he has Rui Patricio, who spent the last 2 seasons at Wolves. Even Diaz alongside him, Pepe holds out the 2020 good play, but Bruno Fernandes in there. Really relied, of course, comes around from Diego Jota. Let's talk about eight. Diaz, player of the season, who really up the stage.
Half time in the game in Sharjah. Philippines 1, Maldives 1. Did promise to keep you updated. There's also an African Cup of Nations qualifier going on in about 12 minutes' time, kicking off at the same time as this one between Sierra Leone and Benin. The last games of the qualifying process, which were cancelled in March. Everyone else has qualified, so it's actually an interesting situation. Because Benin are on 7 points and Sierra Leone on 4. Nigeria have already qualified and Lesotho are already out. Sierra Leone will need a win of more than 1 goal. No, they'll just need any win, sorry. A win for Sierra Leone, they qualify. Any other result, Benin qualify. It's that simple.
As well, certainly expected that the goalkeeper being in action will be kept rather busy this afternoon. So too that defence, which includes the expert RB Leipzig, who will play an important part today. You've also got Adams of Bristol City. Sorry, a striker from Knight, the only out there to start all the matches in qualifying. Such an animated team to react to some during their own. And just take a look at this.
We are just waiting on kickoff. 10 minutes to go at that. Looks like we're ready to head off to Budapest.
Yes, thank you, Seema. Atmosphere, the noise, the passion, all missed it for so today. It's the right.
And remember, this is the reigning champions, not just of the Euros, but the Nations League. They are no mugs at all, Portugal, and neither are Hungary. The players are out of the tunnel. And the Hungary fans showing their appreciation as the Portugal players come out as well. The Portugal fans in attendance too. We all know who the favourites are, but there is no reason to count either team out.
Let's get ready for the national anthems, starting with Portugal. It's respected by the fans, but I don't think it'll quite be as loud as what we're about to listen to. National anthem of Hungary. Oh, a loud cheer. Oh, what an atmosphere. And two brilliant games coming up. Oh. Right, it's now full time, by the way, in that game in Doha. India 1, Afghanistan 1.
UEFA 2020 is sponsored by Qatar Airways.
So, one more look at the teams. Hungary, Gulacsi, Botka, Orban, Solari, Naj, Lovrencic, Kleinheisler, Schaffer, Fiola, Shalai and Salai. For Portugal, Patricio, Semedo, Diaz, Pep, Guerreiro, Pereira, Carvalho, Fernandes, Ronaldo, Jota and Silva. So, kick-off nearly here then.
Possible test for the Hungarians. We have the home support of any nation is the Europe Championship. John Hartson, great to have Bill February once again. View of the CMH Hope's group. We have some support behind.
Just waiting for kick-off. The clock has now struck 5. And we are underway here in Budapest. It is Hungary versus Portugal. And it is live. Hungary in the red shirts, kicking from left to right into towards the Portuguese goal. It's early on, go out for a throw-in. That will be taken by Guerreiro. It's back to Patricio. Here's Semedo. Ball's played forward. Hungary win the ball back, but the header claimed. And Portugal win a free kick, a foul early on by Salai, and that annoying the Hungarian fans. It was just a foul there on Pep. Marco Rossi is the Hungarian manager, and we haven't actually talked much about him. He is Italian, but never played for the national team. And mostly known for his managerial career, where he has managed Hungary after a successful enough spell at Budapest Honvéd.
and he's guided his team to the Euros. Anything further than that might be considered a bonus considering the group they're in. As for the Portugal manager, Mr. Fernando Santos doesn't need too much introduction, seeing as he was the winning coach in 2016. It's with Guerreiro, Danilo, forward to Guerreiro, out wide to Jota. Jota running down the wing. It's a good tackle by Botcat, and he picks up the leftovers as well. No throw-in. Eventually it goes out. It was just good from Botcat. Outdid Jota there. And Danilo Pereira trying to recover it. Just nudged off the ball by Salai. So it will be a Hungary throw-in. That will be taken by Lovrencic. I should also remark that here, underway in the game between Australia versus Jordan, which is a massive game in its own right, and a game between Sierra Leone and Benin. Lovrencic. The throw-in. Ball is played forward to Soloi. It's out for a goal kick. Well, Fernando Santos ball forward, watches his team come forward, and Jota with a shot, and probably had Ronaldo on the wing, went for the shot himself, saved by Gulacsi. Semedo eventually brought down in a dangerous area. Well, a lovely pass to Jota. And Ronaldo was in such a good position and should have passed. Oh, Ronaldo looks absolutely furious. And you can't blame him. Should have passed. So, it's a free kick that both Fernandes and Silva are standing over. Fernandes puts it in. It comes to Pep. Bounced awkwardly. I think it must have been offside. That's the only reason I think the referee would have blown the whistle there. No. Oh, it's a foul by Ruben Diaz just going forward. You do see Botka down. Can only assume that's white. So Gulacsi will take the goal kick, or the free kick. And Hungary earning a free kick again, just in the Portuguese half. Maybe one that can be put in the box. So, ball played into the box, headed on, but by Orban, but not good enough that time. It's Lovrencic. Gulacsi. Back underway in the game between the Philippines and Maldives, by the way. As Hungary play a long ball. And straight to Patricio. It was being chased by Salai, and he went down. Although just a little bit of pressure from Ruben Diaz, nowhere near enough to justify a foul. And now here is Diaz. He's out wide to Pep. Here's Nelson Semedo looking to come forward, but no way through, so he passes it back to Pereira. But he was fouled, and the referee deciding there was no advantage for Nelson Semedo and Danilo, and Fiola was responsible. And yeah, they showed a replay of that Salah one. It's not a foul. Just went down dramatically, which can't blame him because he was never reaching the ball. So Fernandes has the chance to put a ball in. So Bernardo Silva leaving it for Fernandes to put in the box. Oh, lovely ball. And it was Jota that got onto it, but smashed it over the bar. Got his technique all wrong there. He had a lot of touch shots. I could have actually touched it down if he wanted to. Decided to go for the volley, which you can't really blame him for. Long ball taken. To Pep. Danilo. Guerreiro with the ball to Ronaldo. Can he get a cross in? Nope, because it's a good tackle by Lovrencic. Ronaldo puts a throw in. And, well, he was playing it to Guerreiro, but he lost out to Kleinheisler, and I think he gave the throw in away there. Until Ronaldo's a bit annoyed. Oh, it looks like Ronaldo was offside. Was he? No. Vrencic passed it to Gulacsi, but he was like, no, it is your throw-in, mate. Pep winning the ball off Hungary there. Is Nelson Semedo. Back to Pep. Guerreiro. Jota. Ruben Diaz. To Carvalho, to Pep, back to Diaz. Portugal looking for that way through, but not finding it just yet with William Carvalho. Still being played around the back. Here's Pep. He's considering the long ball, decides to put it out wide to Nelson Semedo. Now back to Pep. And Pep can only find one way, which is back to Rui Patricio, who then plays it to Ruben Diaz. Should be noted that 6 of Portugal's starting 11 actually plays in England in the Premier League. Is Nelson Semedo, one of them, who plays for Wolves. There's a 1-2 with William Carvalho, back to William Carvalho, who plays it back to Pep. Just looking for his way forward. Is Danilo. Guerreiro. Danilo. Pep. Danilo gets a throw-in because of the sliding tackle of Scharfer played backwards, and Portugal failing to excite so far. Here's Jota with the cross. It's into the box, it's cleared. Here's Jota again though. Good ball from Fernandes. But Guerreiro shoved off the ball. And it's behind for a goal kick. Not a penalty, of course. Just, in fact, Guerreiro actually ran into Orban. Hungary now, Portugal now. Ruben Diaz out to Guerreiro. All played forward by Carvalho into the box, but it's only found Fiola getting back and doing his defensive work, heading it back to Gulacsi. Throw in to Portugal. Just couldn't be kept in by Scharfer. Now, Portugal certainly look the more likely team to score, but they've hardly been that impressive either. It's Danilo with the ball. Danilo. It's been coming together and play has stopped. Just as Portugal look to come forward, it's Nelson Semedo down for Portugal, and a Hungary player's down as well. And it's Fiola, and he actually looks the worst off of the two. They both look alright. It was all quite a naughty one for Semedo there. He got quite a bit of altitude in that fall. He went up for the header and sort of bounced upwards off of Fiola. That could have been horrible. Luckily, the Wolves man is okay. As for Fiola, we'll just have to wait and see a little bit longer. Plays for Fehervar in the Hungarian top league. One of the biggest sides in Hungarian football. One of only 3 players in the starting 11 to play for a Hungarian side. The other 2 play for the famous Ferencváros. And the players restarted, ball given back to Portugal, much to the chagrin of the Hungarian fans. Guerreiro. Oh, Jota no way through. Here's Ronaldo. And a great tackle there. Hungary can look to break. Kleinheisler. Shall I? Can't keep it in. It's out for a throw-in, and it's thrown to Hungary. In the Portuguese half, Hungary held their own so far. Here on Possession Football, it's Hungary 0, Portugal 0. Say hello if you are watching. I'll be interested to hear any comments, questions, or opinions. Lovrencic is taking the throw-in on that far side. Puts it in. It's not the best throw-in, but Hungary can retain possession. Schaefer just passing it to Sorlowy, but Hungary lose out. Portugal win it back. And it's sort of a bit of pinball in the air. Head tennis. Portugal eventually win it back. Pep is still down from a 50-50. Portugal look to come forward. There's no way through. Ball comes back to Danilo. Here's Guerreiro. And another good counter-attack. Jota's ball misses everyone. I think he was looking for Fernandes. It can be cleared, at least as far as Danilo. Here is Carvalho. Oh, sorry, Semedo on that right-hand side. And it's with Silva, who's not really gotten into the game much yet. Fernandes to Silva, who can't keep it in. Comes off a Hungarian foot for a throw-in. And interestingly, whenever Portugal get a throw-in, they seem to throw it backwards. And I'm not really sure why. Just an observation on that. It's with Diaz. Pep. Well, with Pep with a great long ball to Ronaldo, and his shot is saved by Gulacsi. Looks like he was offside anyway, which spares his blushes, because the Juventus man probably should have done better there with that chance. Was offside, and let's have a look. Yep, it was offside, so it wouldn't have counted. Of course, they do say to keep the flag up. It was an awkward one for Ronaldo, but he was in a lot of space. And he appreciates the pass. It was a great long ball. But as it was offside, doesn't really count as a chance. Ronaldo hasn't really gotten into the game yet. He thought he was going to score when he was in a good place, but Jota went for the shot himself. Now Hungary come forward. Shalai's ball, but Pep with a good tackle. And Shalai putting him under pressure, but returning from an offside position. That's actually good officiating by the linesman. And here in the 20th minute, it's Hungary 0, Portugal 0 live on Possession Football. Use the chat function if you have any questions, comments or opinions about this game. Players just stopped for that offside. Looks like the ref's going and talking to someone. Pep went down on the challenge of Shalai. Oh, the referee's just saying there to Ruben Diaz, that he's put the ball in the wrong position. Play has now restarted. Guerreiro passing it back to Diaz. And here's Guerreiro again. On the left-hand side. Oh, good long ball. Looking for Fernandes, just evades the Man United man. And goes as far as Gulacsi. Here is Sorlowy. And Shalai is fouled by, I think, Danilo. Yeah, it was Danilo, so that is a free kick to Hungary. Into their own half, taken short, and nearly put himself under pressure, but it was booted away before Ronaldo can get it. Now here's a counter-attack. Here's Shalai. Lovrencic. Free kick, is it? No, Botka went down. Nope, he complains to the referee. It's Guerreiro brought him down. You can see why a free kick would be given there, but it is just a goal kick. Well, Guerreiro has the throw-in. And looks like it evades everyone. Jota is it, and so for another Portuguese throw-in. Not sure about that. Well, Guerreiro has the ball, throws it to Fernandes, and he plays it back to Pep. Can we see more attacking urgency? Silva plays it to Semedo. Carvalho. Carvalho with the ball in the box. Corner kick. So Portugal with a corner on the right-hand side. It was a cross, but it was a good block by Naj. So it's Silva standing over it. Looks like he'll just put it into the box, which is as good a strategy as any from a corner kick. Fernandes looking for Ronaldo, but Shalai gets there first. Danilo tries to put it back in. It's headed away again. It's fallen back to Pep, who plays it back to Bernardo Silva. Well, the immediate chance is gone, but Portugal do still have possession. It's with Carvalho out wide to Semedo. Fernandes to Silva. And he tried to pass it back to Fernandes, but got it to Schafer only. And then Fernandes fouled Schafer, trying to win it back. And Fernandes getting a talking to. Yeah, just a shove. He was just beaten fair and square by the Donetsk Strada man there. Plays in the Slovakian league, only 22. And just his 7th cap for his country, beating out great Bruno Fernandes. But Portugal winning that game. Portugal will expect to win this game, sorry. And they have had more of the ball, but they haven't really done much yet. Here's Jota on the wing. But it's a great tackle by Botka. I think that's actually a goal kick. It came off Jota last. I will see what decision has been made. I think it has, yeah. Goal kick to Hungary, taken short, very short, as they look to play out from the back, which I always respect. Especially when you're considered the underdog, it's tempting to just take them long. Well, Shalai couldn't keep it in there, trying to pass it to Fiola, but it's out for a throw-in, so now Portugal have it in Hungary's half. Here is Danilo. Carvalho. Shooter with a foul. So Hungary able to come away with it, and here, 25 minutes in on possession football, it's Hungary 0, Portugal 0. Say hello if you're watching in the chat, as Hungary look to come forward with it. But just placed under pressure, and they've lost out here. And here's Ronaldo. Oh, we couldn't find the pass. Well, it was a good challenge by Joker to win it on Lovrencic. Got it to Ronaldo, but he can find a way. But Hungary have lost out again. Here's Ronaldo with a pass. And Bernardo Silva is bundled down, but fairly. I think Orban got enough of the ball, and it can be cleared. It's now with Pep. Hungary did clear it. Here is Carvalho to Danilo. Danilo with the long ball in. Here's Fernandes. Plays it into the box. It's headed away by Solari. Now it's Semedo. Bernardo Silva to Semedo. Headed away by Botka. Pep. Semedo. Silva. Fernandes to Silva. Silva with the ball into the box and it's wide. Misses everyone. Just had a look at that penalty shout. Oh, it's actually an absolutely brilliant tackle by Orban. Carvalho. Sent to Semedo. Semedo with the ball in the box. Corner kick coming on. Silva taking it short and then the crossing. I'm not sure by who. I think it was Fernandes. But anyway, it doesn't matter because Hungary have managed to deal with it and eventually win a throw in. It was good hold up play by Klein Heisler. Here's Pep. Ronaldo. Guerrero. Pep. Silva. Silva with a cross and the header by Ronaldo is wide. Well, we know Ronaldo's aerial strength. Absolutely amazing to get that high, but just couldn't get on it cleanly. Well, he was being marked by Botka. I'm not sure he could jump that far. Right. Half an hour in. Still goalless. Hungary nil, Portugal nil, and play will be stopped again because Adam Shalai is down. Looks like the foul by Diaz, and he's just clutching his face. Oh, that was actually quite naughty by Diaz. He just sort of headlocked him there, almost. Not completely, but certainly a foul. And Shalai's back up, so we can restart. It will be a free kick to Hungary. Just in Hungary's half there. A couple metres from the halfway line. Say hello if you're watching. Any questions, comments or opinions? Here is Orban passing it back to Gulacsi. And Hungary can't really get out of their own half. It's a long ball by Gulacsi, but it only finds Guerrero, who can head it back to Diaz. And play it to Pep. Semedo. Carvalho. Plays it to Diaz. Guerrero. It's with Diaz to Pep. There's Shanghai. Looks like a long ball to Chauvelin, but only from Diaz. Played all the way back to Gulacsi. Pass imagined. Hungary under a bit of pressure. Gulacsi does take it long, and Hungary get away with that. It's just one back by Nelson Semedo. Played it to Pep, and he played it to Diaz, then played to Guerreiro. So number 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, but now that number 5, Guerreiro's lost it, and Hungary can break. It's with Salai. Oh, that's a really poor break. Just going backwards, which is the first rule of counter-attacking. Don't do that. A long ball out wide by Orban to Schaefer. It's with Nudge. Soloi. Lavrencic. Long ball there to Lavrencic, but he just couldn't keep it in. It was it was actually Jota getting back. He kicked the ball off of Lavrencic's face in the end. It came back off Jota, but then hit Lavrencic on the way out. So Portugal escaped with a goal kick. Kickoff has started in the games between Bahrain and Hong Kong, and Iran and Iraq, and it's also Sierra Leone 1, Benin 0, a penalty from K Camara in Freetown. Sierra Leone on their way to qualifying, it seems. In what is a huge game for both these teams. Situation being if Benin win or draw, they qualify. If Sierra Leone win, they qualify ahead. Anyway, in this game, it's with Ronaldo on the wing. He decides to switch the play to Nelson Semedo. Pep. And his ball is cut out by Schaefer. Silva with a tackle, losing out, and here is Shalai. And Shalai earns a foul off Bernardo Silva. Well, Silva's complaining. I don't know what about. Fernandes complaining. I don't know what about. It's a clear foul. It was just a really good play from Schaefer and Shalai. A great touch away and a kick from Silva. Rossi agrees with everyone else. It's a foul apart from the Portuguese players. Shalai is still down, but he's getting up now. Looks like a chat between Klein Heisler and Schaefer about the corner. Looks like it will be Salai that takes the free kick in the end, though. It's one of those where you just put it into the box, see if someone can get ahead to it. It's that simple. Here we go. The Hungary fans and the Portugal fans as well, both getting loud. So here it comes. It's Salai that will take the free kick. The whistle's been blown. It's into the box. It's headed by Shalai. And it's straight at Rui Patricio. Hungarian fans applaud. So, it's still Hungary 0, Portugal 0. And now Portugal can come forward. It's with Guerreiro. Ronaldo. Back to Guerreiro on the left-hand side. Guerreiro looking for Ronaldo again, but can't find him. And now Hungary can break. It's been an exciting last 5 minutes. Here's Shalai, but his long ball can only find Pep. And it's back to Rui Patricio, who plays it to Nelson Semedo.
Zinio Pereira. Well, Portugal have had 65% of the ball. That was Hungary's first shot on target. Portugal have had 3, 1 on target. A long ball finds Jota, but he miscontrols it. And it's tackled. And really, if Jota brought that down properly, he'd have had a clear shot on goal. Instead, Portugal defend. And in the end, it's a free kick to Hungary on the halfway line. The foul by Diaz earning not just a free kick, but a yellow card as well. Ruben Diaz complaining, but I think maybe it was one too many. I can't really complain if I were you. Ruben Diaz. That's a pretty obvious one. Just a kick on Kleinheisler. And with a foot that high, even if you get the ball, it's still a foul. So I think he did actually touch some of the ball, but I'd still say it's a yellow card. Dangerous play. Hit someone that high. It's always too risky. High foot rule is the same for everyone. So even if you get the ball, you can't complain. Here's Pep. Danilo. I suppose the argument is either it's a foul, but not for a yellow card. But I can see why that was given, let's say. Anyway, Hungary have taken the free kick, looking to come forward. Here is the ever-present Viola, winning a throw-in off of Silva. And Viola will take the throw-in as well. Let's just put the ball down, I think, just to adjust his shin pads. He's looking for Shalai, who is in the box. A good bit of steal by Shalai. He's been very good today, but Pep deals with it. Had that battle all day, but I Silva can't clear it properly, only as far as Nudge, but then loses out to Silva. And there's a bit of mayhem in the middle of the park. Hungary come out the winner, but Kleinheisler's ball can be headed away. Again, Kleinheisler heads it, but this time it's Pereira that rips it up. Ronaldo plays it to Guerrero. Here's Jota. Jota making a good run, but losing out. Just see Ronaldo, the figure of Ronaldo getting more and more frustrated. It's Danilo. Semedo. It's played to Semedo. Jota on the turn and shoots straight at him. And I wonder if Jota left that, it would have fallen to Fernandes. He might have been able to do better. In the end, it's a free kick because the ball was cleared, but then Salai fouled Danilo getting the ball, and Danilo looks pretty furious about that. He's still down. Well, I think there was very little in that. I don't even think that was a free kick, to be honest. And the Hungarian fans are right to whistle. The shot, by the way, was straight at Galacci. It was a good save, but one you'd expect him to make. So Fernandes and Guerrero standing over it. Free kick, one you can just put into the box. It's too deep to shoot and too wide as well. Looks like it'll be put in by Guerrero. Looking for Jota, but it's headed away. And here is Salai. Fernandes, his pass bounces back to him off Fernandes. You can eventually find Kleinheisler, but it's lost and then won back again by the hard-working Lovrencic. His long ball to Shalai is miscontrolled and out for a Portuguese throw-in. There's a lot of pressure on Hungary here in the 42nd minute. It's Hungary 0, Portugal 0. And if you have any questions, comments or opinions that for me to read at half-time, leave them in the chat. Valio plays it to Silva. Semedo. Carvalho. Pereira. Ruben Diaz. Pep. And a good ball looking for Bernardo Silva, who can keep it in. He's under pressure from Viola. Can he keep on to it? The answer is yes. Here is Carvalho. Fernandes. Bernardo Silva into the box. dainty feet, but cross. It wasn't good enough and can be cleared. Portugal still have it in a dangerous area. It's with Jota now, outside the box. Portugal cranking it up before the half-time break. Here's Diaz, Carvalho, Ronaldo. Plays it to Guerreiro. Diaz, Ronaldo. Ronaldo with the ball to Guerreiro. And it's a tackle. A good solid one. Can be cleared by Orban, but Boca doing all the hard work there. But it's back to Fernandes, who's won it, and it's somehow over the bar. It was an open goal from Ronaldo.
He was rushing in, and he just fired over the bar. Well, it was a tricky one, but you expect him to score that. Great run from Ronaldo, but he had to make the finish there, in my view. It bounced a bit awkwardly, but he has to score that, in my view. Well, it is Hungary 0, Portugal 0. If you have any questions, comments, or opinions, leave them in the chat for me to answer them at half-time. It's a goal kick for Gulacsi. And headed on. Hungary with a bit of a let-off, but it's they've done well to keep the scores level so far, as Portugal come forward for a last-minute attack. Just 80 seconds until 45 minutes are up. Here is Semedo. Passes to Ronaldo.
Back to Silva. Now here is Fernandes with a cross, and Orban can clear it. And it's headed on as far as Carvalho, out for a throw-in. And in the 45th minute now, Hungary can relax. Because it's Hungary 0, Portugal 0. They've got the ball. Just have under a minute to keep it out. Maybe slow down the tempo. But the second they take the throw-in, Bernardo Silva and Bruno Fernandes rush at the players like a swarm of bees, trying to pressurise them into a mistake. Ball is cleared as far as Pep. And certainly, if I was a Portugal player, I would be a bit frustrated right now. A long ball played by Ruben Diaz, tapped down by Fernandes, but it's good defending from Boca. Well, it was at first, but his clearance leaves much to be desired because it's straight to Bernardo Silva. Fernandes into the box. Orban clears it before Ronaldo can get there. But here's Diaz, plays it to Guerreiro. We're into added time now, of which there will be 1 minute. And again, it is away. And again, it seems like Hungary have dealt with the danger. And they just need 45 more seconds now. And then they're at half-time.
They have deserved to be level because of the quality of their defending and the lack of quality of Portugal. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. Just some updates. We are underway in the game between the UAE and Vietnam in the World Cup qualifying, but we're focused here on Euro 2020 on possession football. Half-time awaits. A long ball was played there by Hungary, didn't come off, and Carvalho with a long ball of his own looking for Jota, never going to find him. And it's back to Guerreiro, and I think there won't be enough time. The referee looks at his watch and then blows the whistle. Well, Portugal will be frustrated at half-time, there's no doubt about that, but they have had chances, a couple of them at least, they just haven't taken them. Hungary have looked pretty comfortable, to be honest, and the score paints an obvious picture of how the game has gone. It's Hungary 0, Portugal 0.
UEFA Euro 2020 is sponsored by talking so important.
Well, it is now half time. So say hello if you were watching. Any questions you have for me to answer in the half-time break about the game or about practically anything, I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But I suppose what we need to focus on first is Portugal's lack of chances, because they've had so much of the ball. They've dominated the midfield position, but they haven't really changed that into clear-cut chances. There's been a couple at the start. Jota could have cut back to Ronaldo, but he didn't. Went for it himself and fired it straight at Galacci. And secondly, Ronaldo with that open goal that he fired over. This is the third anniversary of that Portugal versus Spain game that was 3-0. And, well, we have seen a couple of big chances missed, such as Spain missing a couple of sitters. Sweden did in that game for Marcus Berry. But considering it was Cristiano Ronaldo, I can't believe he missed. But Hungary have done their defensive duties. And often when the ball went into the box for headers, they always looked comfortable. Nobody seemed scared of Ronaldo. I think the midfielders, Schaefer especially, has been very good. I think Orban and Botka at the back have looked extremely good. And when they do get their ball forward, Adam Shalai, he doesn't look bad, I must say, going forward. He sometimes put Pep and Diaz into difficult situations, but they've never had an actual chance. They've never made Patricio threatened. So that's where we are in terms of this game. It is goalless. Later to come, we do have France versus Germany, as Group F is the last group to get underway. And obviously, you've still got a month left of footy to come. It's a marathon, not a sprint here, and that definitely rings true for Portugal. They know that better than anyone after such a slow start to the finals. 3 draws in their group, sneaking through the back door in third, taking extra time to beat Croatia, a goal from Ricardo Quaresma in the 117th minute, and then beating Poland on penalties before that semi-final win against Wales, and the final, the goal from Eder, which will be written into history. Doesn't matter what Eder does for the rest of his career, does it? Because he's made himself famous on that goal alone. Hungary were in Portugal's group. They drew against Portugal, beat Austria and drew against Iceland to qualify, and then lost 4-0 to Belgium last time around. And, well, 1 point won't be enough, but Hungary know that if they tot up points here and there, it's not out of the question they come third and go through, and that's what they'll be aiming to do at a minimum. Well, any questions you have, please leave them in the chat, or any comments, any opinions. We are 10 minutes away from the second half. I will talk you through them Asian World Cup qualifiers while we wait for the second half to begin. Earlier today, Japan 5, Kyrgyzstan 1, Tajikistan 4, Myanmar 0, and India 1, Afghanistan 1. Philippines 1, Maldives 1, that's about to finish. It's half-time, Australia 0, Jordan 0. Bahrain 0, Hong Kong 0, IR Iran 0, Iraq 0. Thailand 0, Malaysia 0, and United Arab Emirates 0, Vietnam 0 have just started. And in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier, it's half time. Sierra Leone 1, Benin 0. So that's where we are. Team news of France versus Germany is about 45 minutes away. Something which is good to see is 60,000 fans allowed in the Pushkas Stadium. Whether or not it was right or wrong, it was a nice thing to see. Well, Ronaldo has been making excellent runs. Just thought of that Jota chance. So, Ronaldo had two shots of his own. I mean, the first one where he was obviously offside, but straight at Gulacsi. His off-the-ball movement has been brilliant, Ronaldo. It's just when he gets the ball, he can't seem to get that finishing touch today. I'm not somebody to have the pointless debate over Ronaldo or Messi or whether the player is finished. It's obvious Ronaldo's a class act. But today, we can analyse his performance, I think, and he has had better days, especially in front of goal. Remember, he has a ridiculous 104 goals for his country, and that is a number that beggars belief, really. He is tied all-time top scorer of the Euros, so 1 and he'll be outright ahead of Platini, and he's 5 behind Ali Daei or IR Iran, who scored 109 goals. Him and Ronaldo, the only two to get 104. And fourth on that list is Ferenc Puskás with 85, whose 84, whose name the ground is after. Just see some of the names on that list. It is an interesting list of people, and the top goal scorer, a mix of legends like Ronaldo, Pele, and Messi, with unknowns such people known only in their own area, such as Ali Makbout and Majid Abdullah. But Ronaldo, another record in sight. He has quite a lot of records, that man. But another one that could be realistically achieved in this tournament.
UEFA Euro 2020 is sponsored by
We'll see if Ronaldo gets that 109 in the tournament. For now, though, nearly ready for the second half. 5 minutes away. It's now over in that game in Sharjah. Philippines 1, Maldives 1. Disappointing for Philippines to only come third in that group, I'm sure. After getting to that final stage last time, but they'll have to focus on Asian Cup qualifiers now. Two minutes to go. So 1 minute until kick-off again. So we saw Spain frustrated against Sweden, but will we see Portugal the same? The Seleção are in the tunnel. And out they come. Hungarian players already on the pitch. So the red, white and green tricolour of Hungary and that red and green number of Portugal. These flags are waving a lot in Budapest. Ronaldo will get ready to take kick-off for Portugal. Just play it over to Fernandes, and here we are then. It's Hungary versus Portugal. The second half is underway. Can Portugal break down this Hungarian defence, or will Hungary get a shot result? And given the strength of the other teams in this group, we all know that a loss would mean that your place in the knockout stages are in jeopardy if you are Portugal or really either of these teams. The long ball is played forward by Pep, and it comes off Orban for a corner. It's being chased by Fernandes. Well, actually, came off Fernandes last, so it will be a goal kick. I wonder why there was some whistling from the crowd. It's the Portuguese fans behind the goal who, like me, thought it was a corner. Ball forward by Bernardo Silva. And cleared. Corner kick. Fernandes will take that on the right hand side for Portugal, who've started this half well. Fernandes putting it in, headed down and pushed away by Gulacsi. Good save. First chance for Portugal. It's back with Diaz, but it's really good defensive work from Potka, who can eventually clear it. Nicely done from Hungary. They still have a throw-in to contend with on the left-hand side. Pep was really close from that corner. Good positioning for the header, but not enough pace on it. And it could be pushed away by Peter Gulacsi, the RB Leipzig goalkeeper. Again, the ball is cleared as far as Carvalho towards Pep. Semedo to Pep. Long ball played forward, but headed down by Fernandes. And Kleinheisler plays it to Schaefer. Here is Semedo, though, who's won it back for Portugal. It's to Silva. And Bernardo Silva, looking good, decides to spray it to Guerreiro. Here is Jota, who's forced backwards. And has to play it back to Diaz with Pep. Hungary not giving a clear way through. Danilo deciding to just play it back to Pep. Here is Silva, but he can't find a way through. Plays it back to Danilo. It's with Ronaldo. Guerreiro. And again, backwards. But Diaz trying to move forward a bit. Plays it back to Danilo. It's now out wide with Jota. Well, Portugal are being patient, not forcing the issue, eventually taking it long, but it's headed away. Here is Shanai. It could be cleared. On by Fiola. Here's Schaefer. You play a lot of red shirts up here. Here's Salai. Schaefer. Shalai with a long shot straight at Patricio. Well, he was given space when Fernandes slipped. But the Portugal defensive shape is very good in general.
not allowing any openings. And it was worth a go because there was nowhere to pass, nowhere to dribble to. You'd say that 1 in 10 that comes off as an amazing strike. Or maybe just a bounce or deflection or something, and there wasn't really any other options, so I don't mind the long shot there. Here's Pep. Jota. Guerreiro. Long ball played by Diaz to Guerreiro. Herrera. Fernandes into. Fernandes was brought down, but the advantage has been played. I think Portugal might have well preferred a free kick there. Here's Nelson Semedo. Pep. Carvalho. On goal. Looking for Guerreiro, out for a throw-in. In an interesting start, they had that early chance for Pep, but overall, in the 52nd minute, Hungary are dealing with it. Portugal have a free kick on the halfway line. Shalai brought down Danilo, and he disagrees with that decision. So, still 0-0. Now, can Portugal just penetrate this Hungarian defence? It's with Pep in quite an advanced position. Plays a 1-2 with Carvalho and plays it back to Carvalho. Here is Ruben Diaz. Back to Pep. Semedo. Good touch by Bernardo Silva, but Carvalho plays into the box, and it is dealt with pretty authoritatively there. And again, Portugal can't get through, and it's a throw-in. And Portuguese players look increasingly frustrated. As Hungary take the throw-in to Shalai. It's with Kleinheisler on the left, but it's good defensive work, I think, from Carvalho. Fernandes was looking for a way forward, and he gets the free kick. I think it's a free kick when he's down. It wasn't given immediately. That's why the confusion is. Well, he was taken down by Soloi, who did get some of the ball, but not enough of it to justify that challenge, so it is a free kick. It's played out to the left to Guerreiro, who plays a 1-2 with Jota, and then it's back to Diaz. Here's Carvalho. Danilo. Danilo with a long ball into the box. He was looking for Diaz, but it's good defensive work by Fiola, who was getting back. And Fiola eventually clears it out for a throw-in. So Portugal do still have it deep into Hungarian territory. It's with Semedo, but he loses out. But then wins it back again. Good defending. Great tackle from Schaefer. And Hungary can get rid of it. And now look to break. Here's Kleinheisler. There's a bit of a roar. Kleinheisler decides to go long, looking for Salai, only finding Diaz. Diaz caught Salai, but he got the ball. Referee saying no foul, although Salai is still down, so play will be stopped. It'll be restarted with a drop ball, not a free kick. It was just outside the area. The Hungary fans aren't happy. I think it was a fair enough intervention by Diaz. He got the ball and just knocked him. Pep and Diaz having a word with Adam Shalai. Yeah, no foul at all. If anything, Salai went into Diaz. He can't complain at all in that situation. It's a very fair challenge, in my humble opinion. And it's shared by our Turkish referee, Cüneyt Çakır.
And will be an uncontested drop ball, I imagine. Yeah, but it is play restarted, and it's with Pep. Or it was actually gone to Carvalho. Pep deciding to leave it. Played backwards to Diaz. Goes forward, lies long ball. Across the ground, and the cross is in. Looking for Ronaldo, but even he wasn't able to get onto that. He fell over, wanting a penalty. He's not going to get one. Shall I? Here is fouled by Bernardo Silva. Yeah, it was just a fair nudge by Schaffer. One Ronaldo. Another Shall I saying to the fans, trying to whip them up. Long ball, played forward but claimed by Gulacci. Hungary nil, Portugal nil. Here's Semedo. Pep plays a long ball, but it only finds a Hungary head. It's Kleinheisler. Hungary leaves out. Win it back though. That's with Kleinheisler again. What can he do? He finds Salai. Schaefer's running. Schaefer entering the box. Good challenge by Semedo, but it bounced to Salai, who got a shot straight at Rui Patricio. Hungary have had the ball in parts of the game, but all of their shots have been quite tame. Portugal can look to break. Here's Ronaldo. But Hungary win out again, and they can look to break for a second time. Kleinheisler. Shalai. Good defending from Guerreiro, and Patricio can clear it out for a throw-in. But Hungary do still have it into Portuguese territory. It's a bit more defending for the Seleção. And Gerger Lovrencic will take it. So, throw in. But the referee is saying hold up, because I think there's a bit of jostling in the box, and he was just telling off Chalai and Diaz, who were having a bit of an argument. And he's getting pushed now by Danilo. It's the referee talking to Shalai on his own, just saying to everybody else, go away. And Ruben Diaz as well, just saying calm down. Of course, Ruben Diaz has already been booked, so he does need to be careful. Anyway, that's taken the momentum down a little bit, but it is a throw-in. Long one into the box, looking for Shalai. And his cross comes off Danilo, but can be put back into the box by Hungary. Cleared again. Portugal's break is tame. Can be played forward by Fiola. It's with Salai with a cross. And it actually came off an arm, but it was a Hungarian arm. And Rui Patricio collected it. And he says advantage Portugal. So, Portugal have done their defending, but now can they breach Hungary's defence? It's Nelson Semedo, plays to Pep. It's with Diaz to Guerreiro. Ronaldo, back to Diaz. Carvalho, good ball. Fernandes, plays Semedo. Good cross. Not really. Straight at Gulacci. Hungary nil, Portugal nil. Half an hour to go. Does it seem like one of those days? Botka playing a long ball. Looking for Salai. Pep heads it away, but And Carvalho gets there before Fiola and takes a whack from Fiola. He's down, perhaps just looking to slow down the play. Gets back up again. The referee wasn't having any of that. Here is Ronaldo. Oh, good ball from Ronaldo. Looking for Jota, but can only find Nudge. And Nudge with a good run out. He's beaten like 4 men before eventually Danilo gets it off him. Fernandes plays it to Semedo. Heads it away. Looks like the ball went out for a throw in there to Portugal. Just into Hungary's half. It's with Semedo. With Danilo now, just lays it off to Diaz. Lays it out to Guerrero. Headed out as far as Diaz though. Danilo. Great atmosphere here. Here's Semedo. Ronaldo. Back to Semedo though. Here is Danilo. Ronaldo. To Silva. Carvalho out wide. Guerrero's on it. But there just isn't a way through for Portugal. Here's Pep. Having a slow approach, looking for the gap, but it's a gap that still hasn't come. Semedo. Pep. Ball's coming. That's a weak header. I think it actually came off the head of Fiola, but it was looking for Fernandes. Yeah, it did come off Fiola straight at Gulacci. Here's Salai. Oh, sneaky ball to Schaefer. It can earn goal kick actually. Well, he played it off Carvalho. Must have taken the last touch off of Schaefer. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that was the right decision. It was a close one. Half time in the World Cup qualifiers. Bahrain 0, Hong Kong 0, and in the important one, Iran 1, Iraq 0. Sadar Azmoun with that goal. The UAE also 1-0 up against Vietnam. Goal from Salmin. In this game, Nelson Semedo plays it back to Pereira. Here is Semedo, Pereira. Guerrero. Pep. Silva to Jota. Here's Semedo. Silva. Carvalho. Great ball to Fernandes, but again the defending is done this time by Orban and it's cleared. Semedo with the ball. He'll be looking for the cross. Headed behind by Lavrencic. Behind for a corner. And near the Portuguese section, so Fernandes will get an extra lift as he crosses this. Looks like the first sub of the game is getting ready to come on. And it is Loic Nejo who's coming on for Schaefer. In comes the corner, it's headed away. Well, Schaefer, I think, has been very good. But see if that changes the game in Hungary's favour or otherwise. Cross has come in again, headed behind, this time by Botka for the corner. Ball has come in again. Diaz staying forward. But came off Diaz behind for a goal kick. 67th minute now here on Possession Football. It's Hungary 0, Portugal 0. Kleinheisler shoved by Carvalho for a free kick. Oh, it must have just rolled up for the throw, and actually either way. Oh, Fernando Santos chatting. Yeah, it was a free kick. Fernando Santos chatting with his back from staff. It's like they need to change something. I mean, they do have talent on the bench, no doubt about that. Whether it is Joao Felix or Renato Sanchez, Rafa Silva. Long ball from Bruno Fernandes, long shot, sorry. It was actually a good save by Peter Gulacci. Oh, great strike and pushed away. It was swerving. And now, that was the first, actual decent save by Gulacci that he had to make. Well, Pep having a word with the referee, as is Fiola. Now, Bernardo Silva taking it short, so Fernandes will cross it in, headed away. And headed away again by Kleinheisler as far as, I think, Carvalho there. He is pressured and playing it all the way back to Patricio. Here is Semedo. Uses out. Pass to Silva, who slipped, and then he had to kick out for a throw-in because Fiola was throwing, so Hungary do have the ball. One ball played into the box. Shall I plays it on to Salai and he puts it wide. Good touch, actually. It was a dummy by Salai. Don't think he made contact at all. Semedo plays it to Fernandes. Good touch by Fernandes, but his ball looking for Ronaldo had too much on it. Now the 70th minute, still 0-0. So, first change for Portugal. It's Bernardo Silva coming off, replaced by Rafa Silva. And, wow, says a lot about Bernardo Silva's performance. There are some more Silvas on the bench, Andre Silva and Rui Silva. But we aren't going to have the complete set now, because off comes Bernardo. So I'm going to have all four at once, that would be confusing. Long ball played forward, just too much on it to Saloy. And cleansed by Rui Patricio. Well, Hungary have completed just 173 passes. That's 73% of those attempted, compared to Portugal's 443, which is 85% of the amount they've tried. For Silva. Brings down Shalai, and he knew it the second he touched him. That was a free kick. Hungary with a counter-attack. It was a great ball by Nego, and the cross in, headed back in by Shalai, and eventually cleared. It was actually Solary. Last touch it came off. Organizer puts in the break. Ball is stayed clear and long. Here's Shalai. No way forward. Straight to Rui Patricio. For Silva. To Danilo Pereira. There's Rafa Silva. Good clearance. And just that short touch to Naj, who gets it to Kleinheisler. Good from Saloy, who wins a free kick off of Pep. The Hungarian fans are raucous now. They believe. Pep just clipped him. So, free kick taken short. Long ball looking for Nagy. Won't find it. Drops to Shalai. Goes to the long shot. This time it's wide. Goal kick for Portugal. Pretty poor effort, really. I think if that went in, This place would erupt like a volcano. There's Rafa Silva, Nelson Semedo. Good ball played forward, looking for Ronaldo. But Fiola heading it backwards. Ronaldo is adamant that it came off his arm. Let's have a look. Well, it came off his hand, actually. Wow. I think that would be ridiculously harsh. Well, then hasn't been a VAR decision, so that answers that question. It's a free kick for Hungary in the end because Danilo has committed a foul. Looks like a change will be made. It's the 77th minute. I see Shun coming on. And off comes Saloy, which makes things a little less confusing. The front two have Shalai and Shaloi. And on will come the FC Dallas man. And well, Sean only had one cap before today. It's number 2. Klein Heisler also coming off, replaced by Seeger. Plays for a much more well-known name. And Ferenc Varos all came in, punched away. Portugal on the counter-attack, but couldn't find a way through that. It's with Nelson Semedo on the right. Portugal still just can't find a way through. And Diaz with the ball forward. Almost Botka. And again, it's cleared by Lovrencic. Here's Shanai. Out for Nego. Ball played forward to Schön. Is he offside? He's not. Schön! It's in! Goal for Hungary! He's come off the bench and Sobot Schön puts it in the back of the net. But unfortunately for him, the party is ended early by the linesman's flag.
Oh, what disappointment on his second cap. The FC Dallas man thought he had scored his first goal. But it wasn't to be. And he was offside. Now, the rule is that he keeps his flag down because of VAR decisions, which is pretty sensible, but it does sometimes lead to scenes like that. There are boos, but well, VAR will have a look and it will come to the same conclusion as the assistant referee. Off is coming Danilo Pereira, and the youngster of the tournament in 2016, Renato Sanchez, is coming on. Andre Silva, meanwhile, is coming on for Diogo Jota. So it is still 0-0, and it was quite a clear offside, but until the flag is actually raised, we don't know that. Still a great moment, though. And those two subs are the second and third change. There'll be one more opportunity for Portugal to make a sub, and they have two left. Semedo coming forward. Is blocked. Bravo to Lovrencic. Nego has been booked for some reason or other. I'm not sure exactly what he did. I think he must have been... yeah, he just was too forceful to the linesman. And, well, you can understand his pressure, passion, but it was offside. A pretty pointless yellow card for him to pick up. It was actually William Carvalho that came on for... for Renato Sanchez. There you go. Put Shallow forward. Pep takes it off him. Can Hungary hold out? There's just a few minutes left now. It is with Portugal though. Here is Fernandes. Rafa Silva with the ball in the box. And it's in! Finally, Portugal break it down. It's in the luckiest of circumstances, but the Portuguese fans celebrate. How harsh for Hungary. That's why they're champions. They've pushed forward and finally gotten their goal. It's not a goal that will be shown in highlights reels, I'd imagine. It just bounced to Guerrero and took a wicked deflection off Orban. But that doesn't matter. Well, for Rafael Guerrero, it's only his third goal in Portugal colours, and what a time to get it, eh? Absolutely devastating for Hungary. But for Portugal, they've finally got what could be a very important goal given the circumstance of the group. Kick-off. Hungary 0. Portugal 1. Still not over yet, but it's with Renato Sanchez now. Portugal look to get forward, maybe get another one. Sure, Ronaldo would want a goal. Great work from Renato Sanchez. Put forward Rafa Silva, who is brought down clumsily by Orban, and it's a penalty kick to Portugal. Orban gets a yellow card. It's clumsy. He's lucky it was only a yellow card, to be honest. And if he wasn't brought down, though, it would have been a 1-on-1. Well, the shot deflected off him, and now he's put down
Rafa Silva for a penalty. So Cristiano Ronaldo, the chance to get his 105th goal and go 4 behind Ali Daei as the top all time. A chance to get his 10th goal at the Euro finals and go clear of Michel Platini as the sole top goal scorer at European Championship. Trying to prevent him is RB Leipzig's Peter Gulacsi. So there are Portuguese fans on one side, just behind the goal. But there are boos from the Hungarian fans at the other end. It's Ronaldo! He scores! Of course he does! Cristiano Ronaldo becomes the all-time record goal scorer in the European Championship. And now, finally, it seems Portugal are home and hosed. It's so disappointing for Hungary, who certainly don't deserve to be 2 down. But they've got the job done. Portugal survive a scare in Budapest. It was an emphatic penalty. Just Gulacsi went the wrong way. And, well, another goal by a captain in this tournament. Ronaldo just smashing it home. Yeah, Gulacsi dived early. So, looks like there will be another change, and coming on for his 132nd cap is João Moutinho, and he is replacing Bruno Fernandes. It's his 10th tournament in a row with a goal going backwards. Euro 2020, where he's just scored that hat-trick at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Euro 2016, where most notably he scored in the semi-final against Wales. Got a goal in the 2014 FIFA World Cup, although that tournament didn't really go to plan. Scored in Euro 2012 as well. Got one against North Korea, famously, in the 2010 FIFA World Cup. In the Euro 2004, so Euro 2008, World Cup 2006, and the remaining ones, the 2017 FIFA Confederations Cup, and the 2019 UEFA Nations League finals. Ball is played forward by Danilo, looking for Rafa Silva, can't find him this time. Oh, and there has been a sub for Hungary as well. Looks like Kevin Varga is on for Fiola. Hungary still coming forward. Would be nice for them to get a goal. They probably deserved Something better than a 2-0 loss. So, we are into stoppage time. And there will be 5 minutes of it. But I just don't think that would be enough for Hungary to get into the game again. I don't even think that 500 minutes would be, to be honest. Here is Andre Silva, but he loses out to Varga, who does only kick it as far as Moutinho. There's Ronaldo, Sanchez, Rafa Silva to João Moutinho, Semedo, Sanchez, Pep, Danilo, forward to Rafa Silva, Ronaldo, Rafa Silva, Moutinho, Sanchez, Moutinho, back to Sanchez, Rafa Silva, Sanchez, Ronaldo, good ball, Ronaldo, Rafa Silva, it's Ronaldo, it's in, it looks offside to me, but it's given. Cristiano Ronaldo makes it 3. He makes it 106 for himself, 11 in a Euro finals. And this really is harsh on Hungary, but it's Portugal showing what they can do. Brilliant from Ronaldo. He's mugged off Galachi there, just low in the box. And his feet. Shows the difference between these two players. And Hungary no mugs, but they've been undone. It looked offside to me. So 106 for the European Championship all-time record goal scorer. I thought it was offside, but play's resumed, so it must not have been. And they've got the job done, haven't they, Portugal? You can't criticise them because they've won and 3-0. Fair enough. Yes, they laboured to it, but at the end of the day, they've got it. They got the job done. They've got 3 points in a group where they'll have difficult trials and tribulations. As for Hungary, this result may be unfair, but when you do that style of just sitting back, this is what can happen. We do have team news, I would imagine, from France v Germany. I'll just tell you about that once the full-time whistle blows here. The ball's played into the box. Rui Patricio grabs it and puts it away. Here's Ronaldo. That's it. It has been a great game, really. Portugal did find difficulty, but eventually a deflected shot from Guerrero hitting Orban and going behind. Then Orban brought down the onrushing Rafa Silva for a penalty. Ronaldo converted that, and then a brilliant individual goal made it 3-0. Hope you finished Hungary 0, Portugal 3. I hope you enjoyed the coverage. Ronaldo's broken 2 records today. He's played in 5 European finals, and he is now the all-time top goal scorer on his own. So, I hope you enjoyed.